Welcome to Panaloid's Comic Book Live Stream, the best place for your fix of comic book related news, rumors, leaks, reviews, and creator interviews. I'm your host, Pierre, and with us today on this very special Deadpool and Wolverine episode, Discord community review episode. Everyone's here. We got everyone. It's not only Kyle, not only Jeremiah, it's everyone, but literally all of comic book TikTok, or at least as much as our software has the capacity for. But let's start with you guys. Let's go around the room, introduce yourself and your content. Who's up first? I mean, everyone don't go crazy. Who wants to go? Who do we give the mic to, Kyle?
Yeah, I was gonna just go in order.
Go in order.
That was part of the pre-rules I just said.
Yeah.
Just go in order.
I don't listen to
All right.
rules. That's not my thing.
Take it away.
My name is Makai. My content is comic books, TV shows, movies. I pretty much do it all. At least I try to. I'll do either like a top 10 books of the week or my pick of the week, et cetera, et cetera. I do comic hauls. So yeah, that's pretty much my content.
What's your handle?
What's my handle?
Your channel name.
It's Kai Bucks 0.
I will
Am
share
I good
all
to
of
go?
those. Yes, I will share all handles in the clips. Don't you worry. You're all going to be tagged whether you want to be or not.
Oh, you're so nice.
Can't get away from us.
Sweet. I'm Geek Mythos. We talk about superheroes, villains, mental health, from comics to TV shows and movies. We also talk about animated movies and series, a lot of conspiracy animation, from the Justice League to the Justice League Unlimited series. I've also been working on a new series where we take famous comic book stories and that have been adapted into movies and series, and we're going to take a different approach to which story resonates more with the viewer / reader. So of course, art can be subjective, but stories also do the same for the readers and viewers. Will I nitpick? Oh yeah. And I'm definitely looking at you, Batman Hush. Definitely looking at you.
Oh boy.
I like it. Is there room for how movies may make you feel in your pants? Because this movie might have done something to me. Juan.
Setting the tone.
Let's go.
I am Juan Reads Comics. What the handle says, I read comics. I probably buy them and sit them in my closet for months at a time, and then until I get crap about being Juan Buys Comics, and then I start to read them. But I read comics. I have some action figures too. I talk movies. I'm starting to do beer reviews now too as well. But yeah, just a little bit of TikTok stuff on comic books and movies and all kinds of stuff. Just all the stuff that I enjoy.
Well, be careful with the beer reviews thing. That's a slippery slope, So I started collecting the badges, going to different not dispensaries. I did that too, but different breweries. And I collected a lot of badges, and it's very slippery slope.
I thought you were talking about coins at first. I'm like, that is not the topic we're going into.
No, sir. No,
Yep.
sir. Last but not least.
Hello, everybody. You know me as the Discord daddy, apparently, but yeah, it's John here. I'm glad to be here with all my friends and family. This is fun. I'm excited to talk today. I don't do content really anymore. The only content I really do is when I make fun of how Pierre pronounces things. But outside of that, there's not really any content that I've been doing. I've just been watching all y'all's content. So you guys are killing it. So I'm just here as a fan.
We're fans as well. I enjoy your content.
Wisconsin forever.
It's really just abusing me. That's all it is. But I enjoy it. It's like a roast. I log on and sometimes I get roasted. I like it. So appreciate it.
Because you're my hero. Fine.
Speaking of heroes, we are all here for a very special two heroes two-hero movie, Deadpool and Wolverine. We saw it. I saw it last night, guys. I'm so hyped. I was about to go today again, honestly. I don't know about you guys, but this one deserves potentially a second watch just in the movie theater. So without spoilers, we'll go around the room. I'm going to start, but we're going to rate the movie. I'm going to give it a 10. It's just a straight 10, and I don't want to hear anything else under that. If you say less than 10, you're going to get booted, and it's not going to be me, but it might be me. It might be me. Kyle, go.
So I just want to bring to everyone's attention that Thor: Love and Thunder also received a 10 from Pierre. So
Okay, he's removed from the Discord.
I expected him to go higher than 10, to be honest.
I would like to. I would also like to go back on my 10 that I gave Love and Thunder. Bring that down to like a 6, 7.
Oh, wow.
6 out of 100.
Yeah. It's not that bad. It's if Wonder Woman is a 4, then it deserves a 6.
Wonder Woman was not a 4.
Yeah, she was at least a 4.5. Come on, man.
All right.
Yeah.
That's crazy talk.
Wow.
We could spend the hour just dissecting Pierre's ratings because they're on a whim and they're very, very different. All right, so I'm going with an 8 out of 10.
Ugh.
I'm right there with you, Kyle. 8 out of 10.
And it was hard. I almost went slightly lower, but certain things got me there, which I'll explain in time.
Mhm.
But 8 out of 10.
Can't wait.
Makai.
Oh, sorry. For my rating, it was 8.5 out of 10.
Much better than Kyle and Jermaine. I like it. I know I liked it.
mean, by 0.5 off. That's all. But
Closer to 10. I'll round up.
a little bit.
I am going to have to give. I see. I found nothing wrong with it, so I have to give it a 10. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I need to hear what you guys got to say, and then we'll talk. Will the rating go down? I don't know. But a 10.
Oh, it's gonna go down.
Okay. For me, it's a low 8. Low 8. It's a low 8. Yeah. And I got notes here, and I got notes. So there's a lot of things that we're gonna talk, that I'm gonna talk about after we hit the 16-minute mark about what I didn't care for and what I think what they were trying to do. But
John,
yeah,
before you jump in, I just got to ask Juan, how many times did you see the movie?
I saw it 3 times.
Okay.
No way.
I feel way
Did you
better.
really?
I feel way better about you having that many notes after 3 viewings as opposed to 1 viewing.
I don't even know how you snuck that time
notes.
in.
Juan reads notes. That's good.
Juan
You
reads
saw it.
notes.
You saw it 3 times. I just don't
I saw it. I saw it Friday morning at 9:30 a.m. Went to work, came home, then I got up the next day, Saturday morning, watched it again, went out with my buddy for a little bit, played some golf, came back home. It's like, man, what am I gonna do today? Oh, let's go watch Deadpool and Wolverine again. Take my notepad.
I love it.
That's what I do to all movies that are rated 8. Go see it 3 times.
That's a good point, actually, John.
I was preparing for this live. I don't know.
Well, I
There's
wasn't
no
prepared
trivia here, Juan. There was
I
no
haven't
trivia
seen
here.
the
You
movie.
didn't have to
I thought we
prepare.
were all gonna go watch the movie right now, so I'm disappointed. No, I'm just kidding. No, I saw it, and I'm 100% with Pierre and Mythos. I gave it a 10, and I challenge anybody here to convince me that it wasn't a 10 because I loved every moment of that movie.
All right,
I had a blast. I did the most embarrassing thing during the movie, and I still had a 10. It was great. I went up to go use the bathroom during the movie, and for some reason, my chair was the broken one, so it went. As I was getting out of it, slow motion. And what made it worse was it was during the fire camp scene, so it was like super quiet. They're having like an emotional moment, and it's like
I went pee at the same time.
And then I dropped my phone, made it worse. I was just So if anybody was at that movie theater, that was me. Sorry.
I made it through
That's
this
awesome.
movie without having to pee. That gave it an extra
Wow.
bump for me.
Me too.
So,
I tried to fast. I really tried to fast the whole day so I wouldn't have to poop or pee during it. And then I took one sip from my wife's Coke and that was it. I had to go. So
did anyone get
Yeah.
a popcorn bucket, and which one did you get if you did? No one splurged on the popcorn
they were
bucket.
they were sold out everywhere here in Austin,
Yep.
Texas. In fact,
Same.
I'm pretty sure that the popcorn that I had was Inside Out 2. That was like their leftovers. Like it was sad.
So similar question: which popcorn bucket would you have bought if given the opportunity?
The head pool is the best one.
The head
that
pool,
I've
yes,
seen.
for sure.
Yeah, probably the
I mean,
Yeah.
the wussy is what it's being called now.
Yeah.
Is like the second best for detail wise. It's head pool. For practicality, the wussy.
So I actually had my eye on the baby pool in the stroller, just because I thought it'd be cool to have in the back seat, not because I wanted to actually use it.
And
Like,
it's a drink
sit it back there.
and it's a drink
yeah,
and
yeah,
popcorn.
it's like a cantina popcorn holder. Oh, there goes Gambit. Speaking of,
Just like 90,
Spoilers.
just like 97. Oh damn, spoilers! You're right.
yeah. Oh, R.I.P.
Should we go into a
spoiler.
spoiler announcement now? Because we have to explain our ratings and what we like. So I think now is it. Like,
Yeah,
let's
we're 12 minutes in. We started late
Lift the
too.
spoiler.
So
let's
it-
lose our many viewers here.
if you haven't seen it,
Spoilers.
turn away, go watch it. And so we can get to the gritty stuff.
So, what's the juiciest part? What can we just like go right into and spoil? What would you guys say?
Favorite cameo.
Okay.
Gambit.
Okay, so
Ooh.
Pierre
Yeah,
chooses
mine
Gambit.
was Blade.
Blade. I can't believe
Blade
they
was
got Blade.
Yeah, mine was
Which
Blade.
is I stood up during that because I was like, holy shit.
I was about
You
to.
would stand up in the theater.
Yes, yeah, and I'm tall too, so it makes it worse. I'm gonna be lame as fuck. My favorite cameo, the Fantastic Car.
The car?
Yes.
Oh
Fantastic
yeah.
Car. Yeah, that
Okay,
got-
that's a good answer.
that
That's
made me
not lame.
pop
That was
huge.
good. Yeah, that was pretty amazing. Yeah.
No, Chris Evans. I mean, that was a perfect.
That's a good one.
Because they
yeah.
really-
That was a good one.
Right? Like, they kind of had you fooled. You kind of thought, like, oh, they're going to do
They
it.
had me fooled.
I kind of
Yeah.
was like, maybe, because his hair was so, like,
See, here's the thing.
Not
I
me.
thought it was going to be Cap, but then I was like, wait, I saw the flag of Fantastic Four. The guy's coming in with the Fantastic Four thing. I was like, no, they're not doing it. Like, there's no way. And boom.
Yeah, no, it was cool, especially because he was like, "Oh shit, he's about to say it," and then he's like, "Flame on!" I was like, "What the fuck?" So that was good. It definitely had me fooled. I just like Gambit and how stupid they made him, which kind of felt comic book accurate a little bit. It was kind of perfect, other than how chunky he looked. But it's like, you know, they gave him like 10 years to.
That's not
be
his
it,
fault.
you know?
Come on.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like if he was Gambit when he was supposed to be Gambit, it probably would have worked a lot better.
That was
But he's
like
got-
life
he's-
accurate. He's just got things
Yeah.
going on, in the void. He's got
Yeah,
a job,
yeah.
kids, it adds up.
Those crawfish need to be ate.
but wasn't the accent a little bit too much? Like, to me, that
No,
was,
it was perfect. That
me,
was
it
was
so
perfect.
funny.
it was a little too much
Yeah.
for me. Like, jokes of
It was
him being
supposed
like,
to be.
maybe this is the first time I was ever here. Like,
Alright.
that was funny to me. But
Yes,
the accent, I was like, all right.
or
Yeah.
never seen. But
Yeah.
before we keep going, Jose, Juan, and John, we did not get your answers for favorite cameo.
Look at Jeremiah keeping things
Oh,
together.
look at him. I'm gonna say a Blade because like everyone else, man, I was just like, what? I looked over at my brother. I was like, are you kidding me? He's here. When he's like, oh, I thought you were retarded. And then he's like, you call me retarded? No, I didn't say that. He's like, I didn't expect you to be here. Because I didn't think so either. Because they really don't like each other.
In real life, yeah, they have.
Yeah, they don't
have
like
real
each
life
other.
beef. Yeah, because he was
So
handling
I was-
Kane.
Yes. Yes. So, oh man, yeah, that was probably my favorite one. Other than seeing Tony Stark's hot rod, you get to see Tony Stark's hot rod down. If you saw that, there's so many like little cameos in there that you see from like cars or just things that are in the background or like what they do, like poses they're in, like the pose between Deadpool and Wolverine, Wolverine 88. They actually did that pose, but it was like the other way around.
Yeah.
Wolverine was
over his head instead
yes,
of
Wolverine was like this. They did that pose from 88. So there were a lot of things where I'm like, oh, bro, like, I want to tell you all this stuff that I seen, but man, there were a lot of
we will
stuff.
get there. We still got 2 cameos to go.
There you go.
Jose. I think you're muted.
Sorry, I was about to jump out of my seat, and I held myself down together because I was with my girl. But Blade, just
okay.
Oh my god, it's beautiful. His the slow-mo walk, I mean, was perfect to the T.
Yeah. I like the line where he's like, I'm the only Blade and there'll only be one of me or whatever he said.
The other Blade was
yeah.
But wasn't the other one in the trailer? And then
he was in the movie.
He was in it.
Like in the background.
Yeah.
They didn't even zoom in on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't really zoom in on a lot of the people. Like they kind of just were fighting in the background. But there were a lot of people from
cameos.
like, yeah.
So
I guess
I only saw the movie once.
All the spotlight.
So I only noticed a couple. Yeah.
And your favorite cameo was?
So I have a more personal reason why my favorite cameo was Elektra. It's because if you're part of our Discord community, we're trying to watch Elektra. I've never seen it, so I'm excited. I thought it was awesome. Since I've never seen her on film before, I thought that was pretty neat.
Wait,
my concern, though, go ahead.
Did you not see Ben Affleck's Daredevil?
No. No,
you
I want to
watch Elektra before Daredevil?
No, I want to watch both, but I wanted to watch Elektra with you.
We're going to. We will.
Yeah. But no, I have the director's cut of Daredevil, so I'm gonna watch that, and then I plan on watching that, and then well, I was concerned the whole time. Every time they showed a cameo, I thought they were gonna go too cheesy with it, and I thought they were gonna just all die immediately. So I was trying not to get invested, especially with how dumb Gambit was being, and then when they actually had him doing the action scenes. Oh my God, chef's kiss. I was so happy that, everybody was badass. Because they did it so jokingly with Johnny Storm. I thought they were going to go that route with all of them. You know what I mean? Like she's going to get gunned down. Gambit's card would have exploded in his face,
Like X-Force, the cameos.
Yeah, exactly. I was worried. Yeah, exactly. For that reason. So that was beautiful.
Yeah, did feel that way, especially when Gambit was like, "Oh, it's my time to shine." Like, what I mean? Like, he was like hyping up everyone in the car, and I was like, "They're 100% blowing up right now." And but then they had like a sick action sequence, like all.
Yeah, they did.
Like, I think all the action scenes were sick, but that one where like you really got to see Gambit shine and everything, there was a lot of cool moves. So it sucks that never actually came to fruition in the past, but
there was a lot of cool ones.
Do we think we're going to see that Blade or Gambit in the future at all?
Maybe Channing Tatum, but I think this was it for Wesley. He got a nice payday, and he got to go out on his terms. And there won't be this cloud hanging over his head that was the horror story that was Blade Trinity. Just in terms of, I like Blade Trinity. The filming of it has a horror story. So if you know the mythos behind it, got the name drop there for Jose for Geek Mythos, but the mythos behind the production of Blade Trinity, I don't think that's now hanging over Wesley Snipes' head. So I think he is done with Blade.
Can we just say the fighting sequences were amazing too?
Top tier.
Even for Blade, even for Elektra, X-23.
I give it an 8 out of 10, maybe.
So again, like paying homage, the way that the first time she uses her size is identical to the first time she uses her size in Daredevil. So that was a direct callback. So minor spoiler for you, John. In terms of that's what you're going to see.
Did you guys catch her joke though?
About the divorce?
Yeah. That was funny.
That was good.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there were a lot of like jokes that they were throwing at him that were like real life things, so that was cool.
All right. So we did cameos. Now let's go favorite single scene. Start with Pierre.
Favorite single scene? Don't start with me. Move on. I have no idea. The whole movie. I can't pick one scene. I gave the movie a 10. Move on from me.
All right, Kyle, you pick a scene.
I mean, obviously the fight scenes are great. Like there was a lot of great fight scenes. I want to pick a fight scene so bad, but I still think the Chris Evans cameo was just so clean. Like it was just so clean. Like everything else was kind of like, and I blame us too because we probably reported every single rumor, and I don't think we missed any except like a Chris Evans rumor, like as him. Like maybe we did.
I think we did miss the Chris Evans,
right?
Did we call Channing Tatum? I don't think we called Channing Tatum either.
I don't know. Like that one, I don't know. That didn't do it as much for me as like the Chris Evans appeal is number one for me. Like just them recognizing Fantastic Four, like at all, like the original. It's just that was good. But then obviously the fight scenes, and I think the last fight scene. It's got to be the last fight scene, even though the CGI might have crapped out a little bit at the end, which I will talk about. But that's definitely the best fight scene. That's a close second to the cameo.
In terms of my favorite scene, probably the campfire scene, even though they ruined it with the trailer. Stop showing us those moments. Let us have those organically. And then in terms of action sequence, the car fight scene was my favorite.
Oh, okay.
So.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
That was actually my pick. the car one. Yeah, that was great. I will also say, man, because Gambit has some really good moments in that fight scene too. Gambit was the way he was throwing the card and people was exploding when he went like this and then it just blew up behind him. That was cool too. So there was a lot of good scenes.
I'm gonna have to say it's between the car scene when Wolverine's yelling at him, and then he just like takes it in and just says, we're gonna fight now." And the opening sequence.
That's fair.
Even with the dancing, it doesn't matter.
I'd have to say for me, it's like setting up a punchline, and right at the end of the movie, when you get that end credit scene where Deadpool shows the footage of Johnny Storm saying all that vulgar stuff. It's like, "I got you, motherfucker," or something like that. That shit was hilarious because that was like a long joke happening, you know?
Yeah, there's a hell of a callback.
Yes. So that was pretty cool for me. And on top of it, obviously, because I got Mr. LeBeau here himself, everything that when I saw him come on the screen, man, I fell in love. I fell in love, like Deadpool says, like, "Are your shorts getting tighter?" And yeah, my shorts got a little tighter.
Well, the first thing was the card. The card like came into the screen floating,
yes.
And I was like, "There's no way." So
yeah,
John.
And then just the way he was just holding it, like he was just holding it, just perfectly, like just like how he has it here in the action figure. But yeah, it was the shit. It was the shit. I loved it.
Yeah, so I don't know. I had two favorite scenes. The dancing, because of the dancing geek. I love the dancing. I thought that was amazing. And in fact, at the end of the movie, when we were looking at the credits and they're showing all the different people so we could figure out what we missed, it said Dancing Deadpool. And I said, "Who the hell is that? What are you talking about? What Dancing Deadpool?" And then I realized that it wasn't Ryan Reynolds dancing. And that really hurt my feelings because I thought that was him the whole time. I was like, damn, he's really going all out. So yeah.
What? It wasn't him? Bullshit.
No, yeah, spoilers. Swear to God, it wasn't him. And that really, I was like, come on, because the head, it was so good. But my wife and I, we both loved all the different Wolverines, man. I don't think I've laughed that hard in a long time with like Henry Cavill, the whole the Short King. Oh my gosh.
No, we don't talk about that one. We don't talk about that one.
Yeah. That was great.
Short Kings in this group. What's happening? I don't know.
Kyle, you got your Wolverine. Like
I know
that was not the way I wanted him.
That is I think that's where Kyle knocked off the point.
I feel like they did that on
point.
They did that on purpose to kind of make fun of everyone that wanted a comic accurate
No, yeah, that's
Wolverine.
exactly why they did it.
They did it just to
Yeah.
like everyone that wanted that was like, okay, here it goes. Look how stupid it looks now. Okay, guys.
Yeah.
I need a theory though. Was that person really 5'3"? Is that how he really would have looked, or did they go extreme just to make the joke even funnier?
I think they went extreme because he's actually shorter than the bar.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I
so
think it was
that's
like 4'8", maybe.
Yeah, I think he's like my wife's height. Yeah, 4'8", 4'9". Yeah, they didn't. Yeah, so
okay. Yeah, that was good. So yeah, I loved all those. I thought the cameos were the best. And speaking of, since we have all these experts here, right? Since we're comic, when they were showing the Age of Apocalypse Wolverine, where he was missing his hand,
yes.
was he ever an Uncanny like that as well, or is that only Age of Apocalypse?
The Age of Apocalypse Wolverine shows up in Uncanny for a storyline or two.
Okay, because me and my buddy, we were arguing back and forth. I kept saying it was Age of Apocalypse.
Yeah,
I said maybe
AOA.
it was in Uncanny Run.
Yep.
Okay, cool. But he was telling me it was a regular dude. Okay, awesome.
But yeah, that's definitely Age of Apocalypse Wolverine. I like the Henry Cavill Wolverine. That's what I was actually going to say.
Wolverine.
What's your favorite Wolverine that showed up? Because I feel like that we got a good amount of them.
Oh, that's a tough one.
I'd say brown suit.
Brown suit's
suit's
up
cool.
there.
It just
for
was.
sure.
It was a nice looking suit.
Yeah.
Suit was nice, and then the Hulk cameo was really cool, actually.
Except for it was the wrong Hulk.
Wait,
Okay.
wasn't that Mark Ruffalo's Hulk?
Yeah.
I don't mean the actor. I mean
Oh,
the
oh, oh.
color.
He was supposed to be.
Oh, because
gray.
he was gray, right?
Yeah.
Supposed to be gray.
Yeah.
Nerd.
I'll tell you why they did it. I'll tell you why. Because it was an Easter egg.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hulk number 340. It was an Easter egg because you saw the reflection in the claws.
Mhm.
That's why he was green.
Yeah.
But then the suit was brown in that.
Suit was
cover.
brown in that.
Yeah. So yeah.
I think he had like a brown shirt though. He didn't have a suit, did he?
Yeah, he had the brown suit.
He had the
on.
suit.
It
Oh, he
was-
did
it
have a
was
suit.
classic-
Oh, okay.
The classic brown suit with the hard stripe in the middle. The Mark Silvestri crucifixion Wolverine was so good because they kept going back to it. Like it wasn't just a one. That's probably my favorite Wolverine cameo.
I thought it was funny just because he was like, "Oh, yeah, I don't think you're the Wolverine we're looking for." He kind of just like backs out of like
Yeah,
that circle. He's
like
yeah,
the rain and the skulls, and he's just up there. Like, because it's such a direct homage to a very specific issue and a very specific time in comics is probably why I'm counting that as mine.
I think mine is the brown suit too. My favorite. Yeah, I think it was clean.
I gotta say, Calverine. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I like that they did the like he always pumps his like arms before he like hits something, so like they threw that in there. I'd like to see him come back as a Wolverine out of everyone. I think that'd be cool.
Wait, what was the bet?
He was big.
What was the bet for Jeremiah's facial hair?
It was if it was Daniel Radcliffe showed up as a Wolverine.
Okay.
And yeah, so it is a gray Hulk.
It is a gray Hulk.
It was supposed to. Yeah, this is
Or
what you
is
were
it that-
referring to, correct?
I was.
Yeah.
That's
Or
odd.
is it green, but it looks gray because of the hue of his?
No. It's gray Hulk in
How did
here.
you pull that out? Like you didn't even move. You just like pulled that out of your pants.
It is
Yeah,
one of
he
my
had it in his
clients.
pants.
I have to clean and press this.
It got tighter. That's why.
Wait a minute. I have it right below me. So
Yeah. It seems like
Daredevil 301, and then he just like pulls out another.
Yeah, no, that wasn't good because I tried to correct Jeremiah and he just pulled the book on me. So that's gonna.
He had it
float
planned.
around for
He
a
had
while.
that planned.
That's gonna.
He knew
haunt
someone
me.
was gonna test him. He kept every book that is gonna be potentially something that we can like fire at him. He's just like, "Oop, here you go." He has them ready. Who else? Who else didn't go? Favorite Wolverines?
I don't know if I heard Jose. If I missed it, I apologize. And
No, I didn't go. I think short Wolverine, just because it just made fun of everybody. Just like
for the
we're gonna show you. What'd you think?
This is
Yeah,
what you
you
wanted,
wouldn't-
right?
You wouldn't have taken him.
Don't-
You wouldn't have
Careful
taken
what you
him.
wish
want it.
for, okay?
Not again. Never again. That's it.
And then John.
I hate to say it, but I'm also a Henry fan. I think that was the best one. Like Patch a little bit, but I wanted them to do a little bit more with Patch. But I felt like maybe a lot of the casuals may not have realized who Patch really was.
Yeah,
especially
And-
since it's such a good disguise.
True. And with the Patch scene, I was really hoping to see a Gray Hulk as well. But we didn't.
Oh,
They
as the
really didn't
bouncer?
give you
Yeah,
the
that
Gray
would've been
Hulk.
Yeah.
They
don't
did
want.
not give you Gray Hulk. Yeah.
They don't want.
That-
I literally, the woman sitting in front of me when the Brave New World trailer comes up. Why is he red? Could you
Oh,
imagine
wow.
if they threw Gray Hulk in the movie? Like,
yeah, that would have thrown people.
Did you
off.
say anything? I bet you talked to her, didn't you? Tapped her
No,
on the shoulder.
no.
Well, actually, ma'am, because in issue 346.
He was actually like, fun fact.
my wife
Yeah.
stopped me. I was
Nice.
going to, and my
She's
wife
a hero. I would have just whispered racist and then moved on.
What about missing cameos? Let's do what we're missing.
Gray Hulk. Gray Hulk is missing.
What
right,
a
Jeremiah?
segue.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, where's Dazzler? Give me Sparkles. Give me Allison Blair. Where's Dazzler? We didn't get Dazzler.
I don't think Dazzler was ever going to be in this. When did that? We
So
just
much
thought he was-
speculation.
They're
It's because
friends.
she's friends. Blake, her and Blake are friends IRL.
Yeah, I thought
LOL.
everyone just thought she was Lady Deadpool. But yeah, no. Oh well. Thank God.
Yeah.
They
Well-
reference. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, sorry, that was me. I'm skipping order. I've been last this whole time. I'm taking first this time. I was expecting the Punisher. I really wanted him to show up so bad. So
They
they
mentioned
kind of
him.
mentioned him. They had his rocket launcher, but
Well,
1984.
one of
Was
them
it?
is dead, and the other two are busy. So Punisher-
well, that
Punisher
what a way to find
Warzone-
out.
Warzone. What's his
Oh,
name?
Oh,
he
really?
was also Volstagg.
Oh yeah. He is
Yeah,
he was
he's
the one in
fast.
RRR. Okay, yeah, you're right.
I don't know.
When am I not?
Who else? Who else?
Oh,
is
I got a whole
times?
list.
I have proof actually.
Panaloids.com for proof on you being wrong.
It's a whole tab.
Anyone
yeah,
else
any
missing from
Missing
this?
cameos.
They
I think a lot of
referenced
people
him?
thought.
Oh,
I'm sorry. What's his name was going to be in it? Peter Parker, but not Peter
Mhm.
Parker. What's
Spider-Man.
Is that what you were going to say?
I was gonna say that. I was gonna be like, yeah, they referenced
Yeah.
the Spidey because he was doing this. Nothing.
Yeah, Tobey
I was like,
Maguire.
"Aw."
I couldn't remember his name, but
It's
yeah,
okay.
Tobey Maguire was rumored to be in this. But I'm sure we'll get him in the future. I don't think he's done yet.
Tom Holland or Toby?
Daredevil was a
Mm-hmm.
mention, honorable mention, and they kind of poked fun at Elektra.
I liked
not-
it that way though. I wouldn't change
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
It would have been best if like we didn't know it was Happy in the beginning. Like if they did that
Mm,
whole scene, and then he's like, "But did you come here for legal advice?" Like, and it turned out to be Foggy, not Happy.
That
John
would've been
Favreau
fun.
as
That would've
Foggy.
been
That
cool.
would have been amazing. That's
That
what I
would've
was
been good.
really hoping for.
Speaking of that scene, so we were kind of confused about it. So the only thing I can attribute it to is Deadpool being able to like hop and do whatever the fuck he wants. But they go to Earth 116,
616.
Yeah,
Get him out of
whatever.
here.
I have dyslexia. All right. So they
161. Get out.
It's not
Yeah.
even true.
so it's not a joke. It's really true. So they go to that universe, right? He does his interview with Happy, and then he goes back to his universe, which I'm not even going to try that number out. So, can he just do that? Like he could just bounces from universe to universe because it seems like he just went there for the interview, got rejected, and he's like, "All right, back to
He had
my
the
little
watch on
Deadpool
still.
world."
Yeah.
You had the watch from the second one.
Gotcha. But the watch was only time travel.
No, it was universe hopping. How do you think he
No.
killed him reading Green Lantern
Yeah.
and
Yeah, he-
killed the Wolverine
Yeah.
Origins Deadpool?
Well, the Wolverine Origins, I figured they were just hopping through Fox Universe things, like anything owned by like that entity. I didn't think it was
and now
through
we
everything
know
else.
that there's multiple.
Yeah, no.
So he's just
Right.
doing his own thing.
Oh yeah, we didn't get Tom Cruise Iron Man. That is Phantom brought out a very good point. we were supposed to get Tom Cruise in this, his 3 fucking front teeth, and we didn't get that. So
I'm glad. I
Look
don't
it up.
need it.
Tom Cruise has 3 front teeth.
I
Not
did,
crazy.
and it creeps me out. I'm coming for you, Tom. Sorry.
Maybe he'll come in the future. Maybe we'll get him now that someone is Deadpool, not Deadpool. Someone's been cast as a special villain. That
We're gonna get
about
there.
We will get there.
We're gonna get there. That's the finale.
Yeah. So what else? What are we doing? What's
They
the next thing
mentioned
on the list?
Xavier a lot, but I'm surprised they didn't show him.
I mean,
And
we got his
which-
twin.
Well,
That's
yeah.
There's only enough baldness to go around.
They mentioned
All right.
Which
Magneto.
they did a great job with her. They did a great job. Can we
Oh,
talk
Other
about
than her
Christina
age,
Nova?
yeah, she was perfect. My wife didn't like her as much, but man, I thought she was amazing.
You weren't
Mhm.
supposed to like her, which made her
Well, I
good.
mean,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, yeah.
Did anyone else get heebie-jeebies from like that hand thing? Like his like.
That was so good.
I was just sitting in my seat, like, oh my god, this is so.
I just kept
gross.
going like this because of the nostril
Yeah.
thing. Ugh.
I mean, that's when my shorts got tighter. But
Wow. Just keeping the vibe there. Love it.
did anyone else see the Hydra cap in the sand when they did the pan over with the Wolverine and Deadpool fight? The first one where they paid homage to the Wolverine '88, the Adam Kubert cover. There is a Steve Rogers Hydra cap mask in the sand.
I did not see that.
Oh, I didn't see
Also,
that.
the
That's
helicarrier. You saw the helicarrier
Yes.
Yep, Helicarrier
in there as well.
happens. Yep.
Saw a Fox,
The
like the logo of the 21st Century Fox thing. That was pretty cool. What else did we see? We saw a
You got
bunch
your
of stuff in the
notes,
sand.
dude. Get your notes
Yeah,
out.
get your notes, man. Well, what else? Did you...
Was that Iron Patriot's shield as well?
No, that was the
That
prototype
style?
shield.
That was
the
yeah, it was a prototype.
At the
That
almost at the
he
end.
used-
Oh, go ahead.
I'm just saying that's the one where Tony Stark used it number 2 to deflect the laser beam. Sorry, Jose, you go.
In the cave, Scarlet Witch statue.
Yes.
It was like on the ceiling.
The
That was-
dark hold, the
Yes.
dark hold
Mhm.
temple.
Oh yeah, gotta look through that room a little bit more because there's a lot going on in there.
Mhm.
You didn't really get a
There
chance
is
to
a lot
look.
going on. I think there was. I could be wrong. I'm saying it now, but I think there was Widow gauntlets on a shelf.
Black Widow passed by there.
Yeah, I think I saw Widow gauntlets. I could be wrong. So
Yeah, I'm sure there are a bunch of different heroes that have passed through there. So we did save one hero. One hero got brought back to Deadpool's universe, which is X-23. So she's back in now. Me and Jenny went back and forth for a while. I know, and I believe 1,000% that X-23 is the one that fought with them. They brought her back to that universe, and that's the one from Logan, like the original.
yes,
X-23.
confirmed.
Yeah.
She wanted to say that they found a version of her in the universe that was her, and I'm like, no, why would they just go grab some random person?
No,
like,
yeah, definitely brought
that
her.
they didn't do anything with, you know? Yeah, they brought her along. They brought her back, so that's gonna be her.
Everyone went to their own universe, but her universe was not so great. So
Well,
it would
no,
make
so-
sense.
Yeah. Her universe lost its why
Marvel
can't I-
Jesus.
No.
Oh.
Anchor being.
Anchor, yeah.
Anger. Yeah.
Yeah.
But her anchor being is the same anchor being from Deadpool's universe. Like it's the same.
Oh, wait a second. No.
There can only be one of her in this
Wasn't
universe, otherwise
Logan
there's-
from Logan the anchor in Deadpool?
That's my
Yes.
point.
right.
So it's
So-
the same. It's the same her. It's the
Yeah,
same.
Alright,
version of
You're
her.
right. You're right. Score
Yeah,
goes
that's
down to a
what-
7. Plot hole. That's a massive
9.
plot
That's
hole.
9 now. Yeah.
And that's my gripe. That's my whole thing about
That's the
this.
notes.
That's what this is about.
Ignore it. What?
This is his
Page 3
dissertation.
is
on
all
This is
about
my yes. This is my notes.
So let Juan go into this. Juan, take it away.
What you want me to like give you my like whole review of the whole movie or what? So
What?
No, just what you.
Yeah,
felt
let's start
about
tearing
this.
it apart.
Yeah,
it's
what's
a-
your
40
gripe?
minutes.
What's
Let's
your
tear it
gripe? Get
down.
on your soapbox.
okay. So let's just start here. Like everyone here, everyone here enjoyed it. Okay, I enjoyed it. I'm not saying I did not have a great time watching it. I did watch it 3 times because there are a lot of things that are meant for each one of us in this room. Like, you know, Kyle is the guy that collects all the books. Jeremiah is the fact person. You know, everyone there's something that you went into this movie and you got something out of it, and you either cried or you laughed or you stood up in your chair or whatever. Like, everyone had fun in the movie. Not saying it's probably one of the funnest movies I've seen in a long time at a theater, but the just the stuff with the multiverse kind of was a little flimsy. It was just like, all right, so we have to have a plot here, but it was just a loosely based plot that really it didn't string anything together. So if we're talking about a movie and how a movie should have a beginning, a middle, and an end, and a plot that goes through different arcs or like stages, it really didn't do anything to like help the movie progress. It was just like, let's move on to the next fight. Let's have these people fight. Let's, like, just like Deadpool said, get your special shock out, because this is the whole this is what's going to be for everybody. It's just get your special shock out, you know, jerk off to this moment, because there are going to be some things that are going to happen that you're just going to fucking love because you've been dreaming about this, and fans all over the world have been complaining about either not seeing an accurate Wolverine, or seeing this or seeing that or whatever, and they just put it all in front of you. And at the same time, it's just it's like Hugh Jackman's like last hurrah of being Wolverine, and just basically saying bye to Fox 21st Century. And that's what I thought the timeline was. Is like, okay, we're saying that the timeline is done because it's no longer owned by Fox. So that timeline is gone because now we're in the 616. Their Marvel is welcoming both Wolverine and Deadpool into the 616. So the Fox timeline has to die. But it didn't make sense to me because that timeline still lives.
Yeah,
right? So
that's where we ended the movie.
Right. It still lives. So it's like, all right, it would have been better if that timeline died. So then it's kind of erasing everything from Fox. So now Marvel and Disney has a new sandbox and new toys to play with, and they can do whatever they want. So if they close that with those timelines like that with the TVA, they missed an opportunity to do that. And that's why I made it a low 8, because the story didn't flesh out. Did I have fun? Yes. Were there a lot of fucking amazing parts of it? Yes. But the story did not make sense. It was just a lot of fan service for us.
John,
so I'm off my
like
soapbox.
he's about to swing. All right.
I'm off my
No,
soapbox.
I'm not gonna swing. I'm just curious. You sound like you wanted the villain to win. That was the whole point of them not doing it. Is because they're saying that this world can still live. It doesn't have to die for Disney, but Disney's still going to get those heroes. You know what I mean? Because they have the ability with the TVA. Because if you went the way that you wanted, that means that the villains would have won. We can't destroy those universes. You know what I'm saying? So I get why they didn't do it, because I was confused too. I was like, hey, I thought this was going to bring everybody into it. But that must not be the way. You know what I mean? It must be because of the watches, or something's going to happen where they have to go to that other, kind of like a whole Miles Morales and Gwen Stacy type of situation, where they're going to visit 616 and be those heroes. And then maybe eventually with these future incursions, maybe that are probably going to happen in the future, that will all get pulled together. But destroying that universe would have been a horrible, horrible thing to do.
Devil's advocate.
No.
The final scene of the movie, the very final scene of the movie, where is Deadpool?
In his own universe, Fox universe.
TVA.
Maybe.
Whatever.
He's at the
Maybe.
TVA. He's at the TVA.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think John brings up a good point. So does Juan. I think the whole incursion thing happening, right? That eventually you got to have these different universes in order for it to happen. Now, what I potentially think in the future, we saw at the end of Captain Marvel, right? We saw at the end of that, where was that what's Phanto? What's her name? I don't remember her
Pulsar
name.
or Photon.
Pulsar. Yeah, Photon. So she was over at another universe. She went in
Mhm.
and Beast wakes her up. So now is that Beast the Deadpool Beast,
Our Beast,
or is it
yeah.
or is another universe's Beast?
Well,
And
who? We saw a
was
storm.
it?
Which storm was that?
We saw
When did we see
Storm.
Storm?
Was it Storm? Who else was there? Because it was Beast and somebody else. No.
Oh,
No,
it was
that's
it
the
was
original
their binary. It was binary.
binary. Yeah, the original
Right.
Captain Marvel, or for that one. Like, do you remember in Doctor Strange
It was
when they were
Maria
fighting?
Rambeau.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Photon's mom. That's her mom.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think we might see that connected at some point. And I don't think this is the end of Hugh Jackman potentially. And I think for you, Juan, this might make this movie feel a little bit better because if they do the incursion route and wrap that up that way, where like eventually they come together and they fight or whatever happens, like maybe you'll get something kind of out of that side of it. I think, yeah, Phantom says it raised some more questions, but that's the beauty of the Marvel movies. I feel like is that it raises questions, and then it's like we're able to do this and talk about it and like theorize what the next Marvel movie is going to bring.
I
Yeah,
think it kind of goes back to like where Loki is at, like able to control these multiverses. He's at that,
Mhm.
chair, able to stabilize in a way all these Earths and all. What's the tree it's called again? I'm forgetting.
Tree of Life is a
Tree of Life, right?
Yggdrasil, is it? Yggdrasil or whatever?
Yeah,
Or
I
is that a
can't.
different one?
Yeah,
I don't know how to
Yggdrasil.
pronounce Norse.
Yisdrill. I'm not
That's
sure.
funny
Don't
because that's
take it
probably
from
the
me.
best. No, that's probably the best you've ever done. And what we
Yeah.
needed is some foreign name for you to
probably
pronounce it.
nailed that one.
He couldn't get numbers right, 161, but he's like Yggdrasil, perfect. He even had the inflection. Yggdrasil.
Yisdrill.
My biggest gripe with the movie, which is gonna sound fucking stupid as hell, there may be such thing as too much fan service. Like there was so much.
I don't know.
It almost was too much.
This is what Multiverse of Madness should have had.
In a way, yeah.
And they said, "Hey, you know what? Deadpool."
Yeah.
Do it.
That's my personal opinion. Not that anyone cares my personal opinion.
I don't want story in my movie, man. Come on, just give me everything that you had. That was perfect. So no story. Get out of here.
I wanted fight scenes. I wanted comedy. And
What
I
is this, a
wanted fan
comic book?
service.
I want a movie.
And I got it. I got what I wanted. I feel good. I feel good after it. Makai, what do you think?
Oh, are you ready for me to hurt feelings?
No, Makai. Kyle,
yeah.
go
No,
last.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Kyle, yeah.
I'll go last.
Kyle,
It's fine.
Yeah.
That's
Get out
fine.
of here, Kyle.
Like Juan said, everybody here enjoyed this movie. There's always something for everybody. But I went to this movie with an unbiased lens. I know we love Marvel. We always really hyped to see this movie. It was the most anticipated movie of 2024, if we're going to be honest. I mean, the hype around it was just insane. The story and plot, yeah, like it was very cookie cutter to me. I also felt like the emotional moments that we did get didn't hit for me as well. I don't know if it was because they kept hitting you over the head with going with the flashbacks with him and Vanessa, and oh, I want to do it for her. I want to do it for her, and it's like, okay, we did it, but like, what about you? Like, do you want this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. It was just things like that. It wasn't executed well, in my opinion. The stakes, I guess, like, it seemed high, but not really. Like, felt like the stakes wasn't even there from to begin with. Like, they solved it quickly. Like, it was, I don't know, it felt rushed in my personal opinion.
13 minutes in, they solved it.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, so pretty much there were no stakes. Like, you know what I mean? But I do think the fight scenes was great. I did love the comedy. There might have been some jokes where it wasn't a hit, but majority of the comedy hit for me. Wolverine and Deadpool's chemistry was flawless. Like, that was very comic booky. like if you read the books, that was great. I think Hugh Jackman gave the best performance out of in that movie, to be honest. The fresh take that they did with him on Wolverine and how his world died, and him seeing the dead bodies of his comrades, like I was like, wow, like this is interesting stuff. So yeah,
I expected his Wolverine to be the old man Logan. Like, yeah, I fucked up everything because I killed all my friends. So I think I might be speaking a little too broadly, but the chemistry between Wolverine and Deadpool is what made this movie as good as it is. Take everything else aside, the action scenes, the comedy, it was the two of them playing off of each other that made the movie.
absolutely.
So.
Absolutely.
Yes, John?
I have a question. You just brought something up that's blowing my mind right now. So Deadpool said that his Wolverine was a hero where he's from, right? Where the hell is that Wolverine at?
He died. He was
Did
the
he?
anchor.
He
He was
died.
the
He
anchor
was the
being
anchor.
Here's
But
the
when did he
thing, though.
die?
They showed him right
That
at the
was in the
beginning.
future.
Logan. It was his Logan.
I thought
But-
that was Logan. He wasn't in. No,
Right.
that was Old Man Logan. No.
Yeah, so Fox Universe's Wolverine had his whole arc. Like it ended and Deadpool was actually within that universe.
Yes.
Like that whole time. So this is the first time that he's coming to be in Marvel Studios, like to be in like our thing.
But he
So,
did time travel, right?
Yeah. He
Yeah,
Time traveled
he
to
did
dig
yeah,
up the
everything.
jumping
grave
around,
because
yeah.
it didn't happen yet.
Yeah.
I thought that was Old Man Logan's because it was in the forest where that snow was. Where
But wasn't it 2040,
Right.
2050?
Yeah, which I think
Yeah.
now that determines another plot hole that we need to dink this movie yet
Yeah,
again.
because-
no, it's perfect. There was no
I-
holes. Chill out. We have to figure it out.
Well, there
It's
were
a
many
setup.
holes.
There are a lot of holes. I don't
They all
I
healed.
think when it comes to Deadpool, I feel like you can't like think about the holes as much because he's like able to do whatever the fuck he wants.
That's
Like,
all
it's
he
not
thinks
like-
about, though.
Yeah, but what my point is, like, all right, if he can just go to the future and do that, like, and just hop out of a panel and start talking to the audience because he can just do that. So it's like, are you really going to be pissed that he went to the future to go grab Logan, old man Logan's skeleton, to go play with it and like have a whole action sequence with that? You know what I mean? Like that shit was sick. Come on.
All right, Kyle, your take, and then we're going to move on to the big announcement that happened at San Diego. So,
All right, so I'm not going to seem as articulate because Juan and Makai kind of hit all the points I wanted to hit. And I kind of see what Pierre's saying, right? Like, it was a good idea for him to defile the corpse. Did it quite make sense? Not really, right? And I'm sure we could kind of answer questions in itself of like, oh, well, the TVA agent that went rogue, he wanted to just end it sooner than later. But then why would Deadpool not just get the Wolverine that was still alive at that point? Why did he go to the future to go to the grave? Anyway, there's little things like that where a great idea took over and disregarded if it actually made sense. And the plot was the plot. Like, it wasn't high stakes. Like you said, it was just a kind of generic plot of like, they got thrown somewhere and they got to escape to stop the other bad guy. And I didn't feel like either villain gave me enough. And
are you
it
calling
was
Paradox a villain?
Yeah, I mean he was.
He was
He's
definitely a villain.
He was like the secondary, right? Like every
Okay,
Batman
okay.
movie has to have two, right? So he was the secondary, but it just kind of extremely entertaining, absolutely great. Did so many brilliant things that as the kids would say, the jokes were very meta, right? Like just the cleverness of it is what makes it the 8. The plot was whatever. I think we could sit here and make up a better plot if we wanted to. But our plot wouldn't have been able to fit in so much of the cleverness. It just wouldn't have worked. So you sacrifice 1 for that. That's why it's an 8 though, because it was so entertaining. We could destroy it if we want, but it was just good. It was good. It was fun. It's what movies are supposed to be.
It's a fun time.
Right.
Hands down, it's a fun time.
But when Secret Wars comes around, I do think that this is going to be another thorn in the side of the MCU.
A
Because
handcuff.
it's one more thing for them to clean up. And I felt like the movie, as I call it, was doing a Donny Cates, which was cleaning up everything right away to make something cool. Like that's the kind of writing style I've seen him do a few times. Let's just clean up all the past stuff. Let's kind of like tie off things that people kind of screwed up and left open-ended. Let's tie it all up. It seemed like they were doing that, and then they opened their own, issues. So, yeah, I guess that's part of my 8 too. Is you're pushing yourself into the MCU, but you're also sabotaging yourself in the MCU. And I really want Secret Wars to be a nice big incursion that gives us one nice 616.
I don't know if I should bring this up based on everything that we were just saying, because we did tear apart the movie a little bit. But I do want to give props to an actual comic book writer who was a part of writing this movie.
Good idea.
Zeb Wells, good job. He was a part of the writing team for this movie.
Look at that.
Might explain a few things. But overall, we all had a good time. That was the whole point of it. It's a fantastic movie. Juan is a testament. You can watch it multiple times and still get an erection. So it's worth rewatching.
The dick jokes, though. What are we doing?
Pierre, would you like to lead us into the groundbreaking news that came out yesterday?
Yeah. So Tony Stark is back, but is it Tony Stark? I guess it kind of
you
is.
did that dead wrong. Like
that was terrible.
Oh my god. All right, so I'll do it then.
Wow.
So Kang is clearly canceled, and we are getting the next Avengers movie is Doomsday, with the villain being Dr. Doom, and the actor being revealed to be Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Coming back to the MCU fold.
I thought Tony Stark was back.
That's so much better. Thank you. Good job.
Do we know though?
That's the thing we don't know. That is what we are going to discuss.
Did anyone watch the whole panel? Because
Right
I
now.
didn't.
Well,
Who
I
watched the
sent
whole
it on
panel?
the thing. Well, I didn't watch the whole panel, but I saw when they introduced him.
Yeah.
They were like, "We're gonna do a story of Victor Von Doom,"
Mhm.
and here we go. And then everybody starts to come out, and then they're like, "Oh well, we have to show who's gonna play Dr. Doom." Here he comes in, all dressed in green, takes out the mask, and bada bing, bada boom. It's Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
So here's what my brain immediately was like, why didn't they just give that to another actor? But I'll take what I can. Are we getting Tony Stark as a variant of Dr. Doom?
I hope so.
Are we getting Doom and
They already said he's Victor.
Yeah, they already said he's Victor, but that doesn't mean he's not Iron Man from another universe.
That's true. You could have got a name change. You're right. I apologize. Continue.
Yeah. You motherfucker.
He could also just be Cillian Murphy.
Is this the Exiles Iron Man? Is this the What If Iron Man Dr. Doom? Like, there's so many questions. So we'll go through. I want everyone's initial thoughts on Robert Downey Jr. Pierre, do you want to start over and give us yours?
Okay, so I'm obviously poking fun at it. I know obviously it's big news for everyone. Dr. Doom coming to the MCU. I just think there's so many actors, and we could have gone a different direction with it. I saw posts that said it was like Kevin Feige to like his rep. He's like, "Oh, get me the guy from Oppenheimer," and he comes back with Robert Downey Jr. instead of Cillian Murphy. So like, that's my only thing. It's like, I was hyped to find out that Cillian Murphy was looking to join the MCU, and that could have been a cool person to put in that role. And I feel like there's so many other cool actors. Even what's his name, who is now, we just found out, is the head of the Serpent Society, Sidewinder. I don't know if you saw that. Yeah. So, I mean, there was so much potential with these actors, and I feel like we're kind of fumbling the bag, kind of how they did with Christian Bale, where like you use the Bale card and you were just like, oh, he's dead. Like that's such a huge character. So I don't know. I'm sure it'll be cool, especially with how they're doing the different universes. So maybe they're gonna play with that, right? So maybe we'll get another Doctor Doom too on top of that. But that's my own, I guess, opinion. Kyle?
So this movie is gonna come before Secret Wars.
Yes.
I would have been happy if it was the other way around, because then Incursions, everything gets mushed, and wait a minute, why does our Doctor Doom look like Iron Man? And they could have played it off as just the way it mushed together, like just the way it worked. Just like when it mushed together and Miles Morales came over, his mother was alive again. Like it just happened that way. It wasn't really explained. Just when it mushed, certain things stuck, certain things in. Anyway, I've always been a little irritated when they like overly cast people. Like forget hopping to the big two, but just like recasting them in the same cinematic universe. I've always been a little irritated with that because there's so many good actors and there's so many people that could fit different roles. This is like just the top of it. Like how could you, the most significant MCU character and actor ever, right? Ever. Like in any, like probably more recognizable than in like anyone who's played Batman at this point. Like he is like
Marvel Jesus.
yeah. And now
That could probably mean he's an anchor being that maybe Marvel Universe said we have
right?
to
Like
bring him
me,
back.
I'm hoping they don't drop the ball. They're gonna pay big bucks for this very, very curious choice that we didn't need. We just needed Doctor Doom. And there's a lot of great actors that haven't gotten into the MCU yet. And that would be the role, right? Like that was the role left to get. Like there's nothing as big as that one. And they gave it to the one who already had the biggest one. So it's a very, very odd choice. I know he's good, right? So I think it'll be good. Maybe he won't take the mask off and he's just going to basically be a voice actor. But then why are you paying him for that?
I mean, James Spader, but
I'm trying to be
I'll do you one
optimistic.
better. Groot's? Come on. Why are you paying him that for that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I agree. But
I'll throw a little fun fact out there. Apparently, Pierre's fun fact. So apparently Robert. I'm thinking Robert Wood Johnson Hospital. We have a Robert Wood Johnson Hospital around the corner. Robert Downey Jr. Apparently he originally auditioned for Doctor Doom, but they found him to be so good that they found a role for him. But yeah, he was.
But if he auditioned as Doctor Doom, that would have been for Fox, not for Marvel.
Whatever it was, yeah.
Because
like that recasting would have been fine.
Marvel didn't have the
back
rights.
in the day. Back in the day,
that is a fun fact.
Audition for Doctor Doom.
Fact check that.
I think it's bullshit fact as well.
No,
can I get a
just because you didn't say it?
Yeah,
Pepper, can you fact check that, Pepper?
Makai, let us know what you think.
I'm 50-50 on it. I mean, I love RDJ, but doing Doom is a big deal, and it's not that it's not that he can't handle it. But I will say this: my thought process was when they announced it. Of course, like the news was insane, but I was like, there's no way he's gonna play the main Doom. I think he's gonna be a variant. The first thing that came to my mind, it was a what if story that they did with him and Victor Von Doom. I can't think of the name. But it was on Earth 11029.
What if Iron Man became Doctor Doom, and it had the backup what if Deadpool was possessed by Venom story? Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, it was when him and Victor Von Doom swapped bodies.
Yep.
That was my I was like, okay, maybe they might go in that direction, maybe not. I mean, there's always the superior Iron Man route where Tony Stark is evil, and you get to see like how, crazy powerful he is when he is evil. And then I've seen people talk about the infamous Iron Man, which I don't think would make sense because isn't that story like a redemption story for Victor Von Doom himself, even though he's
taking up the mantle
of the Iron Man. But
yeah.
I was like, I don't see that being in play, but who knows? So yeah, I'm 50-50 on it. I love RDJ, but they definitely could have picked someone. I mean, Cillian Murphy would have been my pick. I think I've said this for a little while, but he would have been my pick for sure.
Yeah.
but I don't know if he's Romanian. Like, I don't know if they're gonna represent that with Doctor Doom or not. But
That's another thing. They dropped the ball on that.
yeah, that's why I'm like, I thought they were
Like-
gonna at least to represent
Yeah.
it. But yeah, who knows?
Jose.
Yeah, I think I'm thinking about it, and I just didn't like the news, but I feel like maybe Kevin Feige's messing with all of us, man.
Oh,
I feel like he's messing with all of us.
That'd be a huge red herring.
And in a way, either it can play out that he's a variant, in a way it could mean that maybe Robert Downey Jr. is actually Iron Man, but he's like dead, and like maybe Victor Von Doom is using him as a ploy to be a puppet. Maybe they can go in that storyline where he is Victor Von Doom, as he was McKay was saying. McKay? I'm so sorry, I'm bad with names.
But you're fine.
Was saying but I do feel like they wanted to get a reaction out of us, and not just in San Diego, but like throughout media, like what is our thoughts. And what I'm seeing are mixed reviews, so they might play into that story in the movies, but I don't know why. I just don't feel like he is actually Victor Von Doom, or he is Dr. Doom.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
I think it comes back to that point. It's he's kind of cemented himself as Iron Man, so it's tough for everyone to like break away from that. Juan, go for it.
I mean, it's wild. It's awesome what it does for the fandom, and gets everybody hype, and kind of gets you all loosey goosey for what's coming in the future for the MCU. But I kind of feel like Disney and the MCU are trying, in Marvel, are really trying to like piggyback off what Spider-Man No Way Home did with all the cameos. And you can kind of tell they're doing it the same way with Deadpool and Wolverine. They're just trying to feed off that, because Spider-Man No Way Home is probably was an awesome movie, and it was really well done. The cameos were awesome. The storyline was really well done. I really enjoyed the movie. But I feel like that's what they're trying to do, is they're trying to catch lightning in a bottle again, and I don't think they can do it again. And they were like, well, let's make the fandom happy. Let's give them RDJ and let them all have their shorts get tightened again, right? So I think that's what they're trying to do, is trying to get the fandom hype again. And then, just like Kai said, I'm 50-50 with it, because we don't necessarily know what's going on. He's only been revealed as going to be Dr. Doom, not really knowing what type of Dr. Doom we're going to get or not. Because down the line we could probably get the real Victor Von Doom. But I just feel like they're just trying to just a lot of what's been going on lately with Marvel has just kind of like, the Infinity Saga was like, yes, and then after Infinity Saga started to go down, everyone's complaining about all this and that and the characters and everything. It's like, we got to do something to bring this. We got to get this train back rolling again. All right, give them RDJ. There we go. Give them RDJ. They'll be fine with that. And a lot of people are excited about it. People are on Facebook and everywhere, all social media platforms, talking about how it's the greatest thing that's ever happening, and they're so hyped for the MCU. And I think that's kind of what they were trying to get at, but I don't know. They're trying to get out of this Jonathan Majors hole that they're in, and they're trying to figure out how to fill that hole, because they really Jonathan Majors shit the bed, man, with all the stuff that happened, and that would have been a great storyline. But now it's just like, man, got to get back to the writer's room, got to get back to the drawing table, try to figure out how we're going to bring this whole universe together. And being that it is a multiverse, I mean, you can play around with it a little bit more. You can do things and call an audible and bring RDJ in.
One of the posts that I saw was, just like in wrestling, when the big star goes down, you have to bring in a bigger star to make up for it. So with John Major shitting the bed, that's why we're getting RDJ. John, bring us home. What do you think?
Woo! I'm so excited. I'm seriously probably the most excited because Dr. Doom's so important to me. I love him. He's my background. Outside of Bullseye, he's my second favorite villain. And so I trust RDJ 100%. I trust that he's making the right decision for this. That's the only thing that brought him back. They're also getting the Russo brothers to direct Avengers. I think is exactly what Juan was talking about. They've made too many oopsies, and we don't want oopsies. We want this to thrive. You know what I mean? They needed the Tom Brady, and so they brought him out of retirement. You know what I mean?
Son of a bitch! I hate how good that analogy is.
It is. You know what I mean? So, well, what's crazy is Tony Stark, aka Doom's, going to leave again, and he's going to come back. He's going to be a third character. Come on, Tom Brady. You know what I mean? So, but no, you got to remember too that we had Cable was also Thanos. I never
different
saw
universes.
Doesn't matter. But what I'm saying is, when I see Thanos, I never go, dude kind of looks like Cable. I can separate that. Same thing with Captain America. Johnny Storm, right? You don't see Johnny Storm when Cap's being Cap. You know what I mean? And I trust RDJ to do it. He played a guy in Tropic Thunder
who played another guy who's playing another guy.
I trust him. I believed he was that character. I trust RDJ. Yeah. And then the fact is, don't forget, Robert Downey Jr. has a mustache. This Doom doesn't. 100% already sold. He's going to be the greatest actor Doom ever.
His third character is going to be T'Challa. We know that.
Oh my god,
so bad. Jesus Christ. He can. I know that Robert Downey Jr. can be terrifying. Like he has the ability to be terrifying. So. Faith in his acting, I agree. It is fucking Tom Brady though, isn't it?
I couldn't trust anybody else to do it. That's why I was happy, because I've been so worried about all the different casting they've done, especially because Fantastic Four is not even going to be in the MCU. You know what I mean? It's kind of its side project right now. Mm-hmm. I want Dr. Doom and I want him done right. And outside of who you guys were talking about with Oppenheimer, Cillian Murphy, that's his name, right?
Yeah.
Maybe he would have been good because I liked him as a bad guy in quite a few other things like Red Eye and wasn't he Scarecrow as well, right?
He was Scarecrow.
Yeah. So yeah, I think he would be good too, but I feel like he's a scarier villain, if that makes sense. And I'm not supposed to be scared of Dr. Doom. I'm supposed to be scared of his intelligence and his planning and the way he is. And I feel like Robert Downey Jr. can do that perfectly. So
I mean, we also forget there's also cosmetics that they could do on the face.
I mean,
like what they do with the penguin, Colin Farrell. Exactly.
Yeah. I hate that. I hate that so much.
Which that trailer's out on HBO Max if you want to watch it. Looks really good.
Comes out September 13th.
Yeah.
Colin Farrell. He doesn't quack. I don't trust him.
For the other. But
they actually had to evacuate the igloo at San Diego because it was an emergency. But everyone was okay, and they were allowed back in. The promo.
Can I just say how San Diego Comic-Con gets everything. Like you get literally everything. They got fireworks, they got a drone show, they got literally everything.
Comic-Con International. It's
crazy.
It's not like it's called San Diego Comic-Con, but the real name of it is Comic-Con International.
So yeah, New York holds
New York is huge.
New York actually has more attendees than San Diego does.
How are we not like blessed with those
main
things?
attraction?
Like they have like even just some panels that are like we have cool like writers and everything like that, but like they always bless San Diego Comic-Con with the crazy amount of like movie releases and things like that.
San Diego is movies, New York is TV.
Okay, settle down, everybody. I'm in Texas. We don't got nothing. We have like one booth. You know what I mean? It's like a guy named Steve going, "I'll draw you a Spider-Man." Like, so stop bragging, East guy.
So we also got our first. I'm sorry. What was you gonna say?
At one Comic-Con, I actually got to watch the Ghostbusters Afterlife movie. So.
Oh shit!
Awesome.
Oh wow.
Oh shit!
So they also just dropped the Fantastic Four at San Diego Comic-Con too. So your first clip of that, first Galactus, they finally showed him. So like I said, I'm just jealous.
We got a silhouette of the Thing, and it looks perfect.
Yeah, I agree.
Raising.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got a lot of things coming for the MCU. So it's very exciting. Not much from DC yet. Maybe they'll give us that
we
in New
got
York.
we got the logo. We got the logo.
Exactly.
We're
The
going
logo,
back
yeah.
to 1978.
Yeah.
Getting the classic stamp DC logo. That made me super happy. Also, Jim Lee got inducted into the Will Eisner Hall of Fame this year. So same with Jill Thompson and Klaus Janson, and I'm missing 2 other people that were voted in, and then a bunch of people were elected in. Congratulations to Peach Momoko for winning Best Cover Artist for the Eisners.
Gotta guess that one.
Congratulations to Daniel Warren Johnson for winning the most important award, Best Cartoonist, so Best Writer and Artist. So there's 28 categories. I'm not going to go through them all, but I stayed up late that night getting all the information I could.
I'm sure you did.
So thank you guys for joining us for our Deadpool Discord discussion, Deadpool and Wolverine Discord discussion. This didn't go as badly as we thought it would, which is great.
Who
Nothing
said that?
against you guys. It's just
Who thought it was going to go badly?
It's because we got the All Stars
It's
here,
a lot
bro.
of balls in the air, and my mouth is only so big. So
Wow.
Thank you guys for joining us. Maybe we'll do this again in the future. I mean, there's a lot of great movies coming out. We
Elektra.
discussed that. Yeah, and we are going to do a Discord watch party of Elektra. So make sure you join our Discord.
Yep, you guys have fun with that one.
What is that?
Yep.
Wow. We haven't decided. It's just me and Jeremiah, and we're gonna watch each other instead of the movie.
Yeah, we're gonna stream it together while streaming each other. So
Unofficial Panelids event.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pants on or pants off?
Pants optional.
You think I'm wearing pants right now?
Does everyone want to?
Hands up. No.
Nope. Everyone want to say where you can be followed? Not literally, but on the social medias. If you want to just go through again, where to find you guys, and maybe what's the next movie? Is Brave New World next?
Yeah.
It's next, right?
February.
Maybe we'll do another one of these. I think a Sunday after a Thursday.
Oh wait, is
release.
Thunderbolts next?
What is Thunderbolts?
No, Brave New World.
It is
I
Brave
think it's
New
Brave
World.
New World. Yeah,
Right?
I think it's Brave New World.
The trailer. I think the trailer comes.
Yeah,
So
push that
maybe we'll do
free.
that. All right, let's close this out.
Makai?
You can find me on TikTok at KaiBucks0. Instagram is KaiBucks6, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Sweet. You can find me, Geek Mythos, on YouTube and also TikTok and Instagram at Geek Mythos.
My address is 20. I'm just playing. You can find me on TikTok. I'm Juan Reads Comics, and you can also find me on Instagram. No, not Instagram. Where am I? They're just here on TikTok as you can find me, and I'm in Indiana as well.
I'm also in Indiana behind you. No, I'm knock knock. No, you can find me on TikTok at Nerd Fan Tavern. That's it.
All right.
Thank you all so much for joining us. Until next time. Next week we have another interview lined up, correct?
We do.
All
The
right.
creative team of The Pedestrian.
So,
Yeah, it's a fun little indie book.
it's
Definitely different. Definitely not as different as Lola's book, but still different. Yeah, Pierre, were you gonna sing that song that you promised? The outro song? No?
No, I
No?
didn't plan for that one.
Oh.
Sorry.
Boo.
Just kidding. Ba 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 ba. No, I don't have a song.
All right, hugs and kisses.
Panelists.
Hugs and kisses.
Live stream. We're out, guys. Comic book live stream.